I think, in general, I feel like a lot of things that we do as leaders is it requires a lot of time. It requires a load of time commitment from ourselves, because there's, especially as the size of your team grows, it is going to take that much more time and effort to connect with everybody individually, to build those relationships, to put in that extra effort to build that trust and culture within the organization, that nobody talks about that, right? Everybody's like, yeah, you become more busy. It's like, yeah, but the busy work is, you don't see busy work on a sheet, or it's moved the needle on the metrics and all. It's a lot of time commitment towards the people and helping build those relationships, which is very quiet hidden work that nobody talks about.
Yes, and it's hard to put it on metrics because, how do you measure people's trust, right?
Absolutely. I'll pivoting completely from our original topic. I'll tell you the number of times we've changed organizations, right? Like, there's a huge cost to bringing about any organizational change, whatever the reason may be. And, it's important, like, especially in a startup culture where you have to be aware of the industry trends and you have to move quickly, which means you have to reset your teams, you have to reset the way you're working, and that change management has to be propagated throughout the company, throughout the teams. Nobody sits to think about how much work it is on the leaders of these teams that have changed, that have been impacted by this change. And then 3 months later, they'd be like, oh yeah, let's change again. Like, no, let this settle. Like, let people get comfortable and adapt, because, it takes time. Change takes time. It takes a lot of work. People need to adjust to it. It needs to bake before you get any results out of it. And then you can evaluate whether the change that you made worked or not. But without giving it that time and not accounting for the effort, if we just keep making changes, it's just going to burn out not only the team, but the leaders who are trying to make that happen. And then, of course, the company is not going to get the effect and impact that they were hoping to make with that change.
Right.
I've experienced and have a strong opinion about.
Yeah, every time you change a team member, either goes or ins, then the whole dynamic of the team changes. The impact is significant.
It is. It is.